children signed up for chorus next year.
Did they? Well, Langlois isn't coming. Bob and Jeff, we'll get them on the phone.
Look at this fancy camera set up here. Oh. I didn't sign any waiver. God, I missed you.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
Good, about yourself?
I'm all right. I'm going to add Jeff in here quick, and we'll get this meeting going.
Okay.
Oh, that's why we're having a meeting, election of officers.
May's our annual meeting.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
I just got in my door, so I was just getting ready to call you.
Well, I'm going to merge you in because Bob is on the phone too. Okay. Jeff, can you hear me?
Yep.
Bob, you there?
Yep.
Okay. Going to call the meeting to order. Tobias ran away, but he's got the roll. We're good. We're going to skip the Pledge of Allegiance. I told these guys already I've got another concert to get to the school, so I have 12 minutes budgeted for this meeting. I need a motion to approve the posted agenda.
So moved.
I'll move.
And a second.
Second it.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Agenda is approved. Then we have minutes. Our last gathering was in January. Minutes are in the packet. You guys should have got them emailed to you as well. So I need a motion to approve the January minutes.
So moved.
And a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. All minutes are approved. Let's see, claims. The normal bills. The question was brought up. Our claims tonight to approve is pay for May. The ordinance that was passed by the city council, the CHRC can be paid monthly. As I see it, I think the CHRC probably by this time next year won't exist anymore. We will most likely be doing the last of the land transfers to Van Buskirk after the first of the year, at which point, at the discretion of council, but this board will probably disband at that point. So the question is, for the year of 2023, do we want to be paid for the meetings that we have, or do we want to be paid monthly as the ordinance states? So we'll get to that in a second, but that's just an explanation of the claims. So to start with, I need a motion to approve the May claims.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Claims are approved. The rest of the financials, there's a year-to-date and a budget versus actual. Nothing seems out of the ordinary there at all. Tobias, anything to add on those?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is, like with the lot sales, there have been 0 checks received this year for any lots. So
Yeah, and I got an email from Brian Jackson last week. I believe there's like 4 in the month of May.
Yeah, it was just the only thing there was.
Yeah.
So that was
So there's a total of 4 outstanding?
So they actually haven't contacted us at all, they'll mail us a check.
Yeah, they just mail us a
Oh.
check after the closing. So,
Got it.
but Brian said, I believe there were 4 scheduled for the month of May.
Okay.
So, there's nobody here for open comments. May counts as our annual meeting. One of the things that we need to do for our annual meeting is reelect our officers. My term was the term that was up for reappointment this year. I got reappointed last month by the city council. So that part is done. We just need to reelect our president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer.
Can we just make a
I'll make a
motion?
motion to keep the slate the same. I'll second it.
Okay, any other discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same? That's approved. The only other thing I had under old business is just a kind of a 2-minute update on Heritage Pond, the development. They are going to pave the rest of 11th Street down to the pond, and they are going to make a turn to the north to where that workforce housing stuff is supposed to go. They need to get going on that for the TIF. So that will be the main goal of their work this year. They are actually waiting on the paving companies and such to get in there and go. They're ready for it, curb and gutter and street. So they're excited. They've had the uptick in activity on lots in the last 60 days has been very encouraging. They did get, of their 2 spec homes over here, they did get the second one sold. That's been moved into as well. So that's good. There's a couple other occupied homes in there already. And I believe there's 6 of them total that between closing this month and there were a couple that had closed last fall that there should be some pretty significant building going on over there in the very short term. So other than that, we did get the land sale. The city got the land sale with Benson's done for the expansion of the pond. If you guys haven't driven back down in there in a while, you should. The footprint of the pond is basically there. So it's not completely shaped, but it's pretty close. They've got a little bit of a dam between the 2 sections right now just to try and keep it dry, as they're still taking some material out of there in a couple spots. So it's progressing quite nicely. It's moving along. So as things go, nothing has changed as far as Van Buskirk's design, the approved layout that we've done. And like I said, I had a conversation with Steve and Mr. Jackson 2 weeks ago, just about the timing of the last parcel of land to them. And they would, for tax purposes, it makes more sense for them to wait until after the first of the year to make that, because nothing's going to happen over there until then. So I would suspect that sometime in the January or February timeframe of 24, we'll make that last sale to them for the last third of that land. And once that's done, like I said before, I think realistically we can be done then. I will approach council at next month's meeting to get some clarity if they think that works for them or what, but I think that's where we're at. Other than, things are progressing a little slower than I thought they would over there, but the Van Buskirk guys and Brian are, they're pretty excited about what's going on. If you haven't seen, there's been a lot closed on the development, the residential development on the west side of the highway. They've got one lot closed on. They've got a couple of builders that are working on some other ones. So I think that construction is going to go as well. And quite frankly, as they sell their lots, I think it's going to drum up more interest in ours because there's a pretty big price difference. So that's all I've got for an update. Like I said, the only other thing we need to discuss or figure out is how we want to be compensated for this year. Do we want to go by month or do we want to go by meeting? Anybody got any thoughts?
My opinion would be by meeting. I don't think it doesn't seem right to me to get paid for something that we're not really doing anything with.
Yeah, I agree with that, that it makes more, to be more prudent to get paid by the meeting. And
Okay. Do we need,
Just one question, if they don't attend the meeting, does it pay?
No, it's great. It's not how it is.
Maybe I'm throwing up unfair protocol here. I was wondering who you pay for meetings, based on attendance at the meeting, or just like,
I would say to be in attendance, right?
I would think so.
because then tonight you need to amend your plan. This is going forward.
We'll leave it going forward since,
Okay, that's all.
okay. Anybody got anything else?
I didn't quite hear what Tobias said, but.
So the ordinance that's passed by city council is pay by month. The discussion here was, like we just said, pay by meeting, and it will be attendance at meeting. So, Langloss isn't here tonight and he's on claims. So we just said we'll keep that policy going forward. Like I said, to us, it probably amounts to maybe 2 more meetings. I mean, at the end of the day, that's probably where we are, so. That sound good to you guys?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.
You bet. Talk to you later.
12 minutes.
Right on.